Hi and welcome to a technical training video for the product CANNY. So CANNY is a CAN reading device which is used by customers to enable the activation of their auxiliary lights by using CAN reading technology. So is this product right for you? Well, if your vehicle has matrix headlights or LED headlights and it isn't possible to pick up a 12-volt signal at the headlamp pin when the high beam is activated, then you probably need a CAN reader. So the CANNY is a fully waterproof dongle, which means that it can be mounted inside the engine bay, and this is really a time saver compared with other CAN reading devices. It enables the CAN pickup to be in the engine bay, and also the wiring for the lamps will be in the engine bay, so you won't need to pass a wire through the bulkhead and into the cabin of the vehicle. As well, here at Lazer, we focus on obtaining the CAN recipes for those vehicles which are quite technically difficult. So for example, LED headlights, matrix headlight systems. Please do check out our webpage, lazerlamps.com/CANNY-vehicles. And on that website, you'll see the full list of vehicles for which we already have the recipe in order to make the CANNY function correctly. In addition to getting the dongle itself, you also get a small wiring harness, and this wiring harness features a Molex waterproof connector. It's also got a red and black wire, which include a fused connection, which would go to the battery, and then there's also a ground wire as well. We then have the blue and yellow twisted wires. These are the CAN high and CAN low wires. So we would connect the blue to the CAN high on the vehicle, and the yellow is the CAN low. And when you buy the CANNY dongle, you'll receive the instructions that are specific to your vehicle, where we will tell you where you can get the CAN wire pickup. So normally it's in the engine bay, sometimes it's inside the cabin of the vehicle, and we supply high quality crimps which are waterproof, which allow you to connect these wires to your vehicle CAN wires. Additional to that, there are then 4 output wires from the CANNY dongle. So when the CANNY dongle sees that the high beams or the position lights or reverse have been turned on the vehicle, then it will activate one of the 4 or some of the 4 output wires. What we're going to use for this demonstration is, of course, the CANNY module itself. We've also got a RP Hyperspot, a lamp containing 3 different functions. So we've got the high beam, we've also got the amber position light, and we've also got the white colored position light. And then we've got my phone here on the desk, which I'll be able to show you the app from the Google Play Store or from the iOS App Store. So once you've downloaded the app, you would open it and you would select Set Up New CANNY Device. It'll ask you to scan the QR code or enter the serial number manually. I'm going to scan the QR code. It will ask you if you're willing to let the app use your camera. You would need to say yes to that. Once it's scanned the QR code, it confirms that you've had success. You can now download the vehicle-specific instructions and set up your device. So the first thing you need to choose is which vehicle are you fitting the CANNY dongle to. So I'm going to select Volkswagen Transporter T6.1 with LED headlights. I'm going to proceed with the selected vehicle. I've now got 2 options. I can either download the wiring instructions, or if I've already installed the CANNY device, I can simply start searching for the CANNY. But it is important to say the app won't find the CANNY unless the CANNY has got power. I can now search for the CANNY. Search for CANNY in the Bluetooth device list. I click OK. I then hit the search button. We can see that it's already found it, so I'll select it. It'll then ask me if I would like to pair with that CANNY, and then it requires the 6-digit PIN. So the PIN code is written on the CANNY directly under the serial number. So as I type that in, I can then hit the pair button. It now takes a couple of seconds. It comes up with a loading data indicator. And now we can see we're totally connected. And when it's loading the data, the app on the phone at that moment is actually programming the dongle to inform the dongle what vehicle has been selected. So it's downloading the vehicle specific recipe onto the dongle. There are 4 output wires. We've got a brown, a purple, a green, and a grey. These are matching the colours that we can see here. So the purple is channel 1, the brown is channel 2, green is channel 3, and grey is channel 4. Now it doesn't really matter what you connect which one to, because actually on this screen is where you define how you want each one to be triggered. So for example, if I would connect the purple wire to the high beam of the Volkswagen Transporter, I would select high beam. If I would connect the brown to the position lights, then I would select it like that. And on this particular lamp, the RP4, we also have a white position light. So at the moment, I'm going to connect that to the ignition. So that would be set up, but actually you might want to check the functions manually. So I'm interested to see if I've done the wiring correctly. So I'm going to activate the high beam, and to do that you have to click manual, and then at that moment you can switch on the different channels. So for example, we just did a manual check on the high beam output. I'll move that back so it's triggered only off the high beam. We then also wanted to do a check on the amber position light or backlight function. We can see that is now working. And then the white backlight function we can also trigger as well. There is also manual safe, and manual safe basically means that if you disconnect power to the vehicle and your app goes out of range of the CANNY dongle, then the lamps will turn off. So this is to ensure that you don't drain the battery. So my CANNY dongle is now set up, and that gives you a pretty good idea of the app. There are also a couple of other features on the app. So the menu bar in the top right, this will show you some general things, for example, downloading instructions. Is there a firmware update for the app available? What vehicles are supported? And so on. So I hope that gives you a good idea about the functionality of the CANNY, how we use it, where we use it. In case you need more information, please don't hesitate to contact the team here at Lazer.